Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Gonna be giving you my starting 11 prediction for Manchester United's game against Everton, which is tomorrow. Now, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is gonna go with the 4-2-3-1 formation. So, David De Gea will return in goal. David De Gea obviously didn't start against Istanbul Başakşehir. Dean Henderson was in goal against Istanbul Başakşehir, and that was his Champions League debut. But David De Gea has really impressed me recently. Now, Wan-Bissaka, he'll keep his place at right back. I think the two centre-halves will be Axel Tuanzebe and Harry Maguire. Axel Tuanzebe obviously started against Başakşehir and I thought he was very poor. But Tuanzebe did very well against PSG. That was his first start for Man United in 10 months. Victor Lindelof I don't think will be available because he has got a back injury. Left back, we will go with Luke Shaw. Alex Telles isn't available because not so long ago he got tested positive for coronavirus. I think he's going to be having another test. And obviously, his results have got to be negative. But I think Alex Telles will be a very good signing for Manchester United. I thought he did well on his debut against PSG. So yeah, like I say, it will be Luke Shaw at left back. I think it will be McTominay and Fred in the midfield. Obviously, McTominay didn't start against Başakşehir, but he came on. Fred didn't play any part in the Istanbul Başakşehir game. I think we will start Donny van de Beek ahead of McTominay and Fred. If we don't start Donny van de Beek, it will be Bruno Fernandes we will start. Donny van de Beek has not yet made his full Premier League debut for the football club. Van de Beek, though, started against Istanbul Başakşehir and he also started against RB Leipzig. Now, on the left-hand side, I think we will start Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford did start against Istanbul Başakşehir. He obviously played against Arsenal. I don't think he's been that good in his last couple of games, but Rashford was very good against RB Leipzig. Obviously, he scored a hat-trick. Became the second Man United player as a substitute to score a hat-trick. And obviously he scored a late winner in Paris. That's the second time he's done that. But I think he's still really improved under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. I think on the right-hand side, we will go with Mason Greenwood. He'll come in for Juan Mata. As you all know, Solskjaer has been defending Mason Greenwood in recent weeks. And up top, I think we will go with Anthony Martial. He'll start ahead of Edison Cavani. Martial is now available because he has served his 3-match suspension. So that's how I think Manchester United could line up against Everton tomorrow. So I don't see Daniel James starting the game. I don't see Edison Cavani starting. Possibly Edison Cavani could be involved though. So far, Edison Cavani's made, is it 4 substitute appearances for the club. Juan Mata, I don't think he'll start. Possibly could be involved. Paul Pogba, I don't think he'll start the game. You know, he's received a lot of criticism recently. Yeah, like I said, Bruno Fernandes may not start. Matic, I don't think he'll start either. You know, so there you go. Obviously, Eric Bailly, he's out with a muscle injury for a few weeks. That's my element of concern about Eric Bailly. He's too injury prone. Lingard has been out injured. He is close to returning now, but he doesn't get in the team regularly now, does he, Lingard? Anyway, Phil Jones, he's injured and he's had an operation recently, like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer confirmed. But Ole said Phil Jones could still play a part this season, probably after Christmas. So there you go. By the way, I'll be giving my reaction to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's press conference when he's done it for this game. Now, I think this game against Everton tomorrow is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's biggest game in his managerial career. Now, obviously, we have to win the game for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's job to be saved at Manchester United. Because obviously there has been rumours going around saying that if Manchester United fail to beat Everton, Solskjaer will be sacked by Manchester United. Now, obviously, we've endured a very, very poor start to the season. We've lost 3 of our first 6 Premier League games. All them defeats have come at Old Trafford, and it's our worst start at Old Trafford for around 50 years. So we have not yet won a game at Old Trafford in the Premier League this season. It's our worst start to a season since the David Moyes era. And we've lost 4 games in all competitions this season. 3 in the league and 1 in the Champions League group stage. You know. But Everton is going to be a tough game tomorrow. Like I said, Everton are sitting 4th in the Premier League. They have won 4 games so far this season in the league, but they have lost their last 2 league games. They lost to Newcastle and they lost to Southampton. Now, we have lost at Goodison Park a few times in recent years. Obviously, we lost there 4-0 back in April 2019. One of our worst defeats under the Ole Gunnar Solskjaer era. We obviously lost there 3-0 under the Louis van Gaal era, and we lost there 2-0 under the David Moyes era. Last season at Goodison Park, it was 1-1. Now, obviously, Everton have got a good manager in Carlo Ancelotti. He's been Everton's manager now for almost a year. When Everton appointed him in, I think he signed a 4-year contract with them. 4.5-year contract, sorry, it was. And Carlo Ancelotti has won around 15 major honours in his managerial career. So he has got a good pedigree behind him. Before Everton had Carlo Ancelotti, they had Duncan Ferguson on a temporary basis. Before that, they had Marco Silva. They was very inconsistent under him. That's the main explanation Everton sacked him. They had Roberto Martinez at one point. I thought they was very, very good under him. They was quite good under David Moyes. You know, David Moyes enjoyed a good 11 years, was it, with Everton? That's the only club David Moyes did well at, Everton, you know. Everton have got some good players in their team. You know, obviously they've got that Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I think that's who Manchester United have got to watch out for. You know, Richie Allison's good. But he won't be playing tomorrow because he's suspended for Everton. I think he got sent off in Everton's 2-2 draw with Liverpool. You know, they've got Bernard. They've got Alex Iwobi. They've got the likes of Sigurdsson. They've got Andrea Gomez. He's recently been injured for Everton, has he? They've got Lucas Digne, who's a very, very good left back. Michael Keane's one their centre half. He's a former Manchester United player. They've obviously got Yerry Mina. They've got Jordan Pickford in goal. Jordan Pickford isn't that good now. I thought he did very, very well, though, in the World Cup for England in 2018. Everton brought some good players in the summer transfer window. Obviously, they brought James Rodriguez in. He's made a fantastic impact so far. They also brought Decore in. They brought Allen in. They brought, obviously, Olsen in on loan. They brought Ben Godfrey in. I think he's out with injury as well. And they brought another player in, Everton. They've obviously let a few players go. Like I said, they let Idrissa Gueye go to PSG. They let Moise Kean go out on loan to PSG. Theo Walcott's obviously gone out on loan to Southampton. You know, they let Romelu Lukaku go as well in 2017. Don't forget, he obviously came to Manchester United. But yeah, after Everton, it's the international break. And then after the international break, we do play West Brom. As you all know, Mauricio Pochettino is the favourite to replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Manchester United. Now, like he updated yesterday night, it says from the Manchester Evening News that Manchester United have approached Mauricio Pochettino over becoming the club's new manager. Now, don't forget, Mauricio Pochettino was talking on Monday Night Football, and he says that he misses football and he's ready to make a return to management. He doesn't know where his next club's going to be. Obviously, there's been quite a few clubs in for him. Not only Man United, you know, Real Madrid have been in for him before. Barcelona, I think, have been in for him. Newcastle at one point were in for him. Said the other week that Zenit St. Petersburg were in talks to bring him in. Obviously, Manchester City have been interested in him a few times. Pochettino was linked with a managerial role at Man United after Jose Mourinho got sacked. Now, do you think Mauricio Pochettino would be the right manager for Manchester United? You know, if he came into the club, you know, what players would he recommend in? What players would he get rid of? You know, more than likely, Mauricio Pochettino would demand a director of footballing. Question is, would the board back Pochettino if he came into the club as well? Because obviously our board did not back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer enough during the summer transfer window because we missed out on all of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's priority targets. And I don't think any of our managers have been backed enough that we've had since the Sir Alex Ferguson era, you know. But what I do know is I think Mauricio Pochettino is a much better manager than Solskjaer. Pochettino is well Premier League proven. He's dealt with top players. And his philosophy is good. My only element of concern about him, he's not won anything in terms of silverware. You know, Mauricio Pochettino endured 5.5 years with Tottenham, didn't he? And Analysing the vast majority of his tenure, Tottenham were competing in and out of the top four. Then last year, he guided Tottenham to their first ever Champions League final. He also guided them to the League Cup final and guided them to two FA Cup semi-finals. Before he was at Tottenham, he was at Southampton. Pochettino guided Southampton to their highest ever finish in the Premier League era. And before then, he was at Espanyol. So far, Pochettino has managed 3 clubs in his managerial career. But he's been managerless for like a year now. If we do appoint him in, he will be our 5th permanent manager since the Sir Alex Ferguson era. But in a way, I feel sorry for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because I think he's in a position that he shouldn't be in. I think the club made a bad mistake by giving him the job permanently. The main explanation for giving the job permanently, though, was reflecting on what he did in that 3-month period when he was the interim manager. Now, Solskjaer's been Manchester United manager for nearly 2 years now. We appointed him in December 2018, and he's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. And Ollie's got a contract with the football club until 2022. And this is his 2nd full season as Manchester United manager. And I said this season, Ole has got to exceed his expectations if he is to remain at Man United. And I said what would represent a good season for us would be a top 4 finish and win some silverware. And obviously, the way things are going, that's not going to happen. We have not yet won a trophy under Solskjaer, and we haven't won a trophy for over 3 years. I think for Solskjaer to avoid getting sacked, obviously we need to win tomorrow. We need results to get better. Certain players have got to start performing. Solskjaer's decision making's got to improve as well, because in a lot of his games at Manchester United, he has been very tactically naive. Now, it cost the football club around £4 million to sack Ole, wouldn't it? I thought Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was great as a player for Manchester United. He enjoyed 11 years with us as a player. But my perception on him as a manager is totally contrast to how he was as a player. Because as a manager, he hasn't got that proven pedigree. Manchester United is the 3rd club in his managerial career. Before he was with us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde. And before he was at Molde, he was at Cardiff. And his record at Cardiff was absolutely disastrous. The main explanation he got sacked from Cardiff is because he ended up getting Cardiff relegated. Ole has managed 101 games for Man United in all competitions. And I think he's won about 56 games for us in all competitions since he got appointed in. Now, I have taken positives from his tenure, like I've said so many times. There's not all negativity, regarding Solskjaer's Man United manager. The positives are that he has showed tactical flexibility in a lot of the big games. We've also had some good periods under him. Obviously, he has made some good signings. Ole has spent over £200 million since he became Man United manager, and he's enjoyed around 4 transfer windows at the club. We've seen a lot of players depart the club since he got recommended in. I also like the way he has promoted the youth. You know, I credit Ollie for what he did last season, because last season he got us third, second highest we've finished in Sir Ferguson era. He got us qualification for the Champions League, and he also guided us 2-3 semi-finals, and last season was his first full season at the football club. So, yeah, they are the positives that you can take from his tenure. I think Manchester United need to get a director of football in, like I've said so many times, because I think it's one of the structural changes that we need at the club. And we've been in the process of trying to get a director of football in since like the Jose Mourinho era. At one point, there was a few former Man United players linked to that director's role. There was talks the other week of Luis Campos coming in. But if we had to get one in, we need someone who knows the club inside out, and we need someone who's obviously got that experience. But I just think now, you know, there's no philosophy, there's no system, you know, there's no tactics, there's no style of play, there's no nothing whatsoever, and this really needs to change. But in the last 7 years or so, it's just been the same scenario with Manchester United. You know, nothing's changed. All we've done in the last 7 years or so is obviously, you know, what we've done is, you know, we've spent close to the £1 billion range on players, and we've recruited over 30 odd players in since the Ferguson era. You know, we've obviously sacked 3 managers since Ferguson left, and that was Moyes, Louis van Gaal, and Jose Mourinho. You know, we haven't won the Premier League since 2013. That's over 7 years ago now. We've only won 4 trophies since Ferguson left, and that was the FA Cup under Van Gaal and the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield under Jose Mourinho. So there you go. Would it really solve a lot if Manchester United sat Solskjaer? That is the question, because I don't think we only need a change of management. Like I've already said, we need a new board. You know, we need some more signings, and we're obviously making plans for next year, because we'll be looking to make a couple of more signings. I still think Man United need a centre half. I think, you know, we also need a right winger. We'll be looking to offload more players next year as well. I think the players we'll offload next year is Jesse Lingard, doesn't regularly get in the team, like I said earlier on. Rojo, he's never really established himself as a first team regular since he came in from Sporting Lisbon. Phil Jones, I think we'll also offload him. Sergio Romero, we'll offload him because he's now our third choice goalkeeper. And Romero has said that he wants his contract terminated. You know, we could loan Daniel James out next year. Could even possibly loan Brandon Williams out. Brandon Williams is finding game time hard at the moment. I think it's since the arrival of Alex Telles. Williams, though, did play a lot of games last season for Man United, didn't he? We're expecting Paul Pogba to leave next year. I've been hearing rumours saying that we've lowered our asking price for Paul Pogba, and we will accept around £53 million for him. Fabio Paratici, the Juventus director, has hinted at a potential transfer for Paul Pogba in the future. I think, you know, Paul Pogba will end up going to Real Madrid. You know, could we sell Matic next year? Matic doesn't get in the team a lot now. He has been playing recently. He's aging up as well. Could we sell Juan Mata next year? You know, we will have to see. But we haven't dominated English football since the Sir Alex Ferguson era, have we? You know, no manager at Manchester United or no manager in general will replicate Sir Alex Ferguson's legacy, will there? No way. But our success came under Ferguson because since he left, we've been inconsistent, and before Ferguson came into the equation, we was inconsistent. But like I said to you, Ollie, he's inheriting a squad that's worth 700 odd million pounds. That's obviously disregarding who he's brought in. There's around 10 senior players that are his who he's brought in so far, but actually the vast majority of his team is Jose Mourinho's, isn't it? Because Mourinho recommended 11 players into the club. Molly's still inheriting a few players even from the Van Gaal era. Van Gaal brought around, 13 players in, was it, or something like that? But the vast majority of them players Van Gaal brought in have now gone. He's obviously inheriting one player from the Moyes era, and there's only a couple of players here now from the Sir Alex Ferguson era, isn't there? So yeah. So anyway, guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, like, explore on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.